Xbox had a stellar couple of years in communicating the new face and drive of the brand coming out of the Xbox One era with tons of new games, new hardware, and an explosion of ways to play your own way across the events from 2019 till now. Xbox had gone away from the long, drawn-out inside Xbox formula, showing games. This week, Xbox started off the Summer Gamescom 2021 event on a slow, quiet, and underwhelming fuse. Fans were wondering where the real Xbox was, only to turn it up for opening night live on day 2. This is Gamescom 2021. This is Colteastwood. Thanks for checking out this video. Today we're going to talk about all of the Gamescom news that's Xbox exclusive that came out this week. And if you want to stay to the end, you'll get kind of a surprising message as I'll give my more in-depth opinion of what I think about what Xbox did this week. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new content. And let's look at what's coming from Gamescom for Xbox. Xbox kicked off Gamescom with a slow start, and the show ran an hour with a lot to say and not much to show. Xbox community leaders warned excited fans that Gamescom would not be a place for big, exciting announcements, and they were spot on. And the method of tempering expectations to shock and surprise fans was not what happened the first day of Gamescom. In fact, there were a few great reveals and things to look forward to in the coming year, but spaced across a 1-hour show, everything to take home can be shared in just a few minutes. Let's start with the hit, high-rated Flight Simulator, now on Xbox console, is coming in full with regular monthly updates, upgrades, and brand new playable content. Flight Simulator announced that the game is truly becoming even more of a game with this fall edition of multiplayer competitive racing in the vein of Reno Air Racing Series being built into a mode to race across the skies and below the hard deck with friends and friends to make for this new expansion in Flight Simulator just before we get our hands on Maverick for the new Top Gun F-18 content at the end of the year. Xbox showed a string of over a dozen indies coming to Game Pass. Into the Pit had a full reveal of gameplay showing what looks like a quasi-pixel art and glowing, punchy Doom meets Bioshock shooter with dual-wielding wizard hands, firing demons in this brand new first-person shooter coming exclusively to Xbox this October. One of the many indie games that had quite a bit of buzz finally got a sliver of additional gameplay in the showcase, but most importantly, a release date. The Gunk is coming out December 2021 and looks promising from the tried and true studio Thunderful Games. The trailer was just as brief as their debut over a year ago, and the Gunk has fans excited to vacuum up space goo and explore the weird and colorful worlds. Yet another game exclusive to Xbox in an already packed exclusive games year. A long time coming now is the official rollout of Play Now instant play coming to cloud on your console. Through Game Pass Ultimate with well over 300 games you can instantly play from the cloud without installing or downloading the title. The best part of this feature is to keep Xbox One gamers from being left behind by giving them access to the game library of Game Pass in the cloud servers, meaning that Xbox no longer has to rely on console sales across any of the console hardware, letting players play a growing library of games on mobile, PC, Xbox Series, and Xbox One consoles. The following day for opening night live, Xbox was expected to make a big appearance on Jeff Keighley's show for an exclusive world premiere announcement. Joseph Staten represented Xbox with Halo Infinite and showed an extended, pre-rendered cinematic of the attack on New Mombasa to set up Halo Infinite's multiplayer, with no new gameplay, no campaign reveal, and a release date of not November, but December 8th. 2021, which means that the campaign for Halo Infinite is coming in hot, as 343 does not want to miss the holiday 2021 promise and allow the team to work on campaign co-op and Forge into next year for the release in 2022. With just 4 months to release and no campaign gameplay shown, 343 has expressed that they are hard at work getting the game ready. A big announcement was a shock to some and expected for many. An Xbox Elite Series 2 Spartan Master Chief Controller, and a custom Halo Infinite Xbox Series X console in time when both of these, the Elite controller and Xbox Series X consoles, are continually out of stock. Standard Xbox Series X consoles are out of stock, sold out immediately, and with a supply constraint coming from overseas, it's even harder to get an Xbox and will be nearly impossible to get the Series X Halo-themed console. The segment ended with no additional Halo Infinite info, modes, or updates. Behind the scenes, Xbox showed 10 minutes of gameplay to the Gamescom panel and secured the best Microsoft game of 2021. But showing the footage to the audience would have been much more beneficial to the show and for the fans. To round out the Gamescom event, Xbox showed Forza Horizon 5, a game they have not been shy to show gameplay. There have been several showings of this game showing the massive map, the different biomes, all of the cars and customization, and now an exclusive look at the big showcase events. The big events where you'll be driving with huge planes overhead, across big fires, dust storms, winter storms, rainstorms. The big dynamic part of Forza Horizon 5 that makes this series the top in open world racing games. This is Xbox's true shot with a Game of the Year contender, although the game never fails to impress and the visuals are always top tier. Showing more gameplay of Forza Horizon 5 is not a big shock or a surprise to fans. It is a welcome sight to see. Contrasting to 343's Halo, Playground Games is very proud and ready to show the game that launches November 9th, 2021. And with Halo Infinite launching just a month later and still no gameplay shown for the campaign after they have updated all of the visuals from last year, is something to think about. Xbox has been putting their best foot forward with frequent events, updates, and new announcements for games, and big plans for the platform that has been kicking off nicely since mid-2021, with hit games rating very well. The Gamescom event, although not attended by some of their direct competition, was not what Xbox fans expected. It's clear that 343 are quite a bit behind on Halo Infinite and want to wait until the last minute once the game is super polished. The addition of some hit games like Flight Simulator, new games like Into the Pit, updates for the Gunk and Crossfire X, and great-looking new Halo-themed controller and consoles excited fans for a jam-packed holiday 2021. And Xbox is not done with just Gamescom. More events to show coming soon. This is Colteastwood. Thanks so much for checking out this video. A lot of cool stuff to check out, a lot of stuff that we knew about, but as I said, Xbox told people to temper their expectations, and boy, did they temper their expectations. And I guess I was a little bit shocked. I had heard behind the scenes that one big thing would be happening for Gamescom, and I guess that big thing was the custom controller and the custom console for Halo Infinite. But I did end up ordering that Xbox Elite 2 themed controller because I thought, why not? And I already have the Elite 1, but I haven't had the 2 all this time. That was actually really hard to get, so these things will sell out, but that was the big bombshell for Gamescom. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is that I didn't make a video about the Halo Infinite delay scenario or the co-op being delayed because I was gone for the weekend, but I wanted to give my opinion that I was of the opinion that it would be great for 343 to delay the game to next year, to have it come in as a full package and be its best it could possibly be. And if they delayed it into early 2022, the game could be that much more polished. But I understand that we've been waiting a long time for Halo. People want to be able to play it, and you can play it solo as soon as it comes out this December. But that was the big issue that people were dealing with. There was a little bit of civil war between Xbox fans who wanted it delayed and most of them that wanted the game to just go ahead and come out. But that's where we're sitting. There are more things to come for this year for Xbox, more events, more things to show. So I hope we have a lot to be excited about. I'm pretty sure we've got plenty to play this holiday regardless. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new content. And if you want to further support the channel, you can join the channel membership that gives you early access to videos, channel emojis, and badges for the chat. And that helps for XNC, the podcast I do every Monday night. Thanks for everything you've done. I hope you did okay with this Gamescom event. Not what we expected. I hope there are more surprises ahead because they have tons more games to show. So while you're in the comment section, some people are going to be upset. Some people are going to say they're still excited. But no matter what you do, please be nice.